Namaste, yogis. Welcome to Yoga at Home with Melissa. I'm really happy that you're with me today. This session, we're going to be doing gentle, long holding postures. So if you have a block, you could go ahead and grab a block. If you don't have a block, that's fine. You can use a book or a pillow will do. Also, you may want to grab a strap. A tie or a belt is just as good. And if you don't have access to any of these items, no worries, you could do the class without them. So as always, do what feels good, skip what doesn't work, and just try to have some fun. So we'll begin in child's pose on our mats. Knees wide, toes touch. Sit back on your heels, arms long in front of you. Rest your third eye on the mat. And start with a deep inhale through your nose and a loud sigh. And then start to come into your Ujjayi breathing, inhaling and exhaling deeply through your nose. You could rock your head from left to right if you'd like. A gentle massage for your third eye, a gentle stretch for your neck. And then begin to pull your belly button up and in. Press your hips back and start to reach your arms forward, elbows off the mat, fingers are spread really wide. And then roll up, hands and knees. Press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment or two here in your down dog, and you could pedal out your heels, taking your dog for a walk. If that felt good, you could gaze underneath your arms. Can you hear yourself breathing? Rise to the balls of your feet and rock your body forward into a high push-up. Continue to press forward to stretch out your wrists. And then press back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together to touch and lift the right leg as long as you can, and then bend the knee, reaching the kneecaps straight up to the ceiling. You could circle your ankle and spread your toes if that felt good. And then return that foot to the mat. Lifting the left leg as long as you can. Bend the knee, peel it open, circling the ankle, spreading the toes. Keep breathing. And then return that foot to the mat. Rise to the balls of the feet and bend your knees. Take a moment here to stretch your toes. Look at the space between your hands and just gently step or walk to the front of your mat. Bend your knees a lot. Opposite hand, opposite elbow. Drop your head, relax. Maybe you find a gentle sway here. If it feels good to go ahead and straighten your legs, you can or not. And then release your hands to the mat. Heel toe your feet together to touch. Bending the knees slightly, roll up, reaching the arms out and up. And when you reach the top, opposite hand grabs opposite elbow. Stand as tall as you can and go over to the right side. Feel both sides of your torso lengthening. Take another deep inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to center, and then we'll gently switch sides over to the left, lengthening both sides of your torso. And come back to center. Release your arms. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Look up. Start to bend back just gently here. So we're being really gentle with ourselves, not pushing or pulling. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently stand, tuck your chin, long spine, fold all the way down, nose to your knees. Lifting the tailbone, allowing the arms to fall over your head. And then gently release, hands to the mat, halfway lift. And step it back, nice and easy. High push up, lower halfway. Come onto the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment or two, walk it out, shake it out. Rise to the balls of your feet and bend your knees. Look at the space between your hands. Step or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chair pose. Sink your hips low, softening your shoulders, connecting to the calm Ujjayi breathing. You got this. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, fold nose to knees. Halfway lift. Step back. Chaturanga. High to low push up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Breathing mindfully. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Step that foot between your hands. Set up a high lunge, so all 10 toes are pointing straight ahead. And when you're ready, you rise on up. Sink and soften here. You're gently pressing the right hip back and the left hip forward. Staying connected to that calm breath. Interlace your fingers. Reach the knuckles to the ceiling, but keep the shoulders soft. Stay rooted into your legs, but lift the ribs. And then go over to the right side. And again, you're not forcing anything. You're just allowing your body to slowly open. Keep breathing. Take one last inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to center. Fold forward, frame the front foot and straighten the leg. Fold, nose to your knee. Step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, rise. Hands touch overhead, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gently step it back. High push up, low push up, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Step that foot between your hands. Another high lunge, all 10 toes point straight ahead. Sink and soften. Interlace your fingers. Lift the ribs, but soften the shoulders and go over to the left side. Stay heavy in your legs here. Keep breathing. Take one last inhale. And as you exhale, come back to center. Fold it forward as you frame the front foot. Straighten the leg and fold, nose to your knee. Step the right foot forward next to the left. Inhale, rise. Hands touch overhead, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Step it back, chaturanga. High push up, low push up, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Take a moment and walk it out. Fingers are spread really wide, root into your hands. Feet come together to touch. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Rock forward, high push up. Right knee is going to come to your right elbow, and we're just going to relax here for a moment. Breath is calm and free. Kick it back, three-legged dog. Again, high push up. Knee into your third eye. Arms are long, your breath is calm. Kick it back. Just one more on this side. High push up. Knee to the left elbow. Stay connected to the breath. Excellent job. Kick it back. Step that foot between your hands. High lunge, rise up. Soften. Settling in here. It's a gentle tuck through your pelvis. Shoulders and eyes are soft. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to transition into Warrior Two. So you can take that right foot and just scooch it over maybe an inch or two to the left. So your heel and your back arch are in one line, and then you sink deeply. Gently pulling the shoulders back so that they're stacked on top of the hips. And your drishti is set to your front middle finger. Let's sigh here. Take a deep inhale. Sigh. Softening. Relaxing into it. Flip your front hand and reverse your warrior, sinking deeply as you stretch the right side body, reaching that arm over your head. Your left fingers can reach towards the left ankle, or you could wrap that left arm around your back. Whatever feels better in your body is okay. Keep breathing. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Forearm begins on the thighs. You reach the left arm up, pressing the left shoulder and hip back. Option, stay right here. You could drop the right fingers to the mat if you'd like. You could extend that top arm over your head, or you could take a half bind, wrapping that arm around your back, or a full bind if you'd like. Determine what works best for you in this moment, and then settle into it. Let's sigh here. Take a deep inhale. Ujjayi breathing. So if you have the bind, release it, reaching the left fingers back up to the ceiling. And then cartwheel your hand down, hands inside of the right foot. Scooch that foot over, low lunge. Pick your right foot up and step it back, high push up. And then drop onto your knees. And then you're going to spin over to your left side, right? For a left side plank with the knee on the mat. So take your time and set it up. The wrist is either directly underneath the shoulder or slightly in front of it. Place your hand on your hip and then begin to lift that right leg up off of the mat, ideally the height of your hip. The foot is flexed as you press the heel away from you. If it feels okay, you can lift that arm up, reaching to the ceiling, or you extend it over your head. Once again, reconnecting, Ujjayi breathing, you've got this. Take one last inhale, and as you exhale, come on to all fours. Press back, downward facing dog, and take a moment or two and just walk it out. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Fingers are spread wide. Roll forward into a high push-up. Left knee, left elbow. But remember, we hover here. Calm breath. Kick it back, three-legged dog. Rock forward, high push-up, knee into your third eye. Arms are long, keep breathing. Kick it back, one more, this is it, last one, high push-up. Knee over to the right, you got this, stay with it. Kick it back, three-legged dog, step that foot between your hands. We begin in a high lunge. Rising up, finding your balance. Now, if you're wobbly here, you just widen your feet a little bit. It's not a big deal. Take a deep inhale into sigh, soften and relax. Right, we're working on being gentle and kind to ourselves. We're working on accepting ourselves exactly as we are. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to transition into Warrior Two. So you flatten that back foot, scooch the left foot over to the right and sink. Get tall through your spine and long through your arms. Now imagine if someone's playing tug of war with your arms. The back arm's going to win, so you come back slightly. And then you gently start to press that left shoulder and hip back. Feel your body opening. Feel your shoulders opening. Feel your hips opening. Breath is calm and free. Flip the front hand in reverse, sinking deeply but lengthening that left side body. Breathing deeply through the ribs. Again, you could reach the right fingers towards the right ankle, or you wrap the arm around your back. Sink and lengthen. Breathe and relax as much as you can. You're doing really good. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, extended side angle, forearm on the thigh, right fingers to the ceiling. Pressing the top shoulder and head back a little bit more if that's accessible in your body. You could extend that top arm over your head. You could wrap that arm around your back for a half bind or a full bind. Gently leaning back and breathing. If you have the bind, release it. Reach the fingers to the ceiling. And then cartwheel the hands down inside of the left foot, low lunge. Step that left foot back, drop to your knees. And then spin over to the right side for a right side plank. Lifting the left arm up to the ceiling. Lifting that left leg up. So if it's accessible, the leg is as high as the hip. The foot is flexed. You're pressing the heel away from you. If it feels good, you could extend that arm over your head. Tricep glued next to the ear. Calm breath here. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, come back to all fours. And then this time, bring your knees as wide as the mat, wider if you can, and your toes come together to touch. And then you're going to bring your right arm underneath your torso and drop your shoulder and your cheek to the mat. So it's both a shoulder stretch and a hip opener. Feel free to wiggle around, finding a space that feels just right. And then take a deep inhale through your nose and another loud sigh. Try to keep your focus here on your breath. Don't judge or critique. Just allow yourself to be just as you are right now. slowly come on up to long arms, and we'll just switch sides. Left arm pulls through, you drop gently the shoulder and the cheek. Feeling free to wiggle around, finding a space that feels just right. Deep inhale and another loud sigh. When you're ready, come on up to long arms, hands and knees, downward facing dog. Take a moment or two and walk it out. Feet come together to touch. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Step that foot between your hands. High lunge. Softening and sinking here. And bring your hands together to touch over your head. And then pull it down. Touch your third eye and touch your heart. And then come forward to lengthen your spine. Drop the left hand to the mat and reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Now, if you have a block, you could go ahead and grab the block. And you could place the block inside the right foot and use that if you'd like. Again, if you don't have the block, it's not a big deal. You don't really need it. So you keep the hips parallel to the mat. And you gently press the right shoulder back, just a gentle twist through the upper spine. Gaze to your right thumb. Keep breathing. Excellent. Bring that right hand back down to the mat. Straighten your right leg. And then flatten your back foot. Right, so you're pressing into the pinky side of the back foot. And then if you're using a block, you could go ahead and place that hand on your block, your right hand on your block, as you lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Pressing the left shoulder and hip back, gently twisting open. You could play around with the height of the block, deciding what works best in your body. You could extend that top arm over your head, again, tricep glued next to the ear. You could pick up that bottom hand and bring your arms parallel as you gently twist open. But these are all just options, right? And we're practicing being gentle with ourselves. You're doing really good. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, come back, frame that front foot. And then this time bring the block about an inch above your right pinky toe. You can step your back foot a little bit closer. And then there's a gentle twist. So you start to twist here. You're reaching the crown of your head towards the front of the mat. And then you take your left hand and place your left hand on the block. Press your right hip back and start to reach that right arm up to the ceiling, right? So a twisting triangle. And imagine your hips are like a steering wheel and you're gently twisting open towards the right. That left rib cage is reaching towards the right side of your mat. And at the same time, the crown continues to reach forward. Breathe through this. You got it. Just one more really deep inhale as you twist open. And as you exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. Place your left hand on your hip. And then just bring that block a couple of inches in front of your right pinky toe and start to lift that left leg up off of the mat. Right? So we're coming into a balancing half moon. You start to lean back. Just like you're resting your back and your leg, your lifted leg against the window. If this is all working, you could reach the left fingers up to the ceiling. Keep leaning back, keep breathing. Can you take one more deep, deep inhale? Exhale, come to the front of your mat. Hands reach up overhead and they touch. Pull it through to your third eye and to your heart and fold nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. A breath or two here as you walk it out. Lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Step that foot between your hands. Here we go, rise up. High lunge, take your time. Softening, sinking. Bring your hands together over your head. Pull through, touch your third eye into your heart and fold forward. Right hand to the mat as the left arm gently reaches up. Hips stay parallel. You're twisting through the upper back. Maybe, if it's okay on your neck, the gaze is to that left thumb. If not, you keep your gaze down. It's not a big deal. Keep breathing. Frame your front foot, straighten your front leg, flatten your back foot, and then find your block, bring your block to the inside of your left foot, hand on the block, and you reach the right arm up, and you experiment with what height works best for you, taking your time here, figuring it out. Remember, we're being gentle and kind to ourselves. We're not pushing or muscling our way through any of this. You could come up to the tips of your fingers if you'd like. Pressing back, opening up. Hear the mindful Ujjayi breathing. Staying just like this is perfect. If you'd like, you could experiment by bringing that arm over your head, tricep glued next to the ear. If that felt okay and you wanted to pick the bottom arm up, feel free, right? But if that doesn't work, you come back to the position that feels most gentle on your body. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, come forward, frame the front foot. Move the block to about an inch on the outside and above the left pinky toe. Step the foot a little bit closer. Now there's a gentle twist here. So the crown of your head is reaching forward as you press your left hip back. And then your right hand comes onto the block. Your right hand, sorry. And then you reach the left arm up. Right? And you're gently twisting, steering the twist with your hips, lifting that top rib cage to the ceiling. twisting and breathing as you lengthen your spine, reaching your crown forward. Calm breath. It's meant to be challenging. You got it. Almost there. Just one more deep inhale as you twist a little further. Exhale, come back down, frame the foot. Take the block and move it a couple inches forward. Right hand to your hip. Start to lift that right leg up, right as we come into a balancing half moon. Foot is flexed. Start to lean back, opening up. Now trust me, the more you kick that lifted heel away from you, the more stability you're going to build. If all this feels okay, start to reach that right arm up to the ceiling. Reconnect to the Ujjayi breathing. You got this. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, come to a standing position. Place the block off to the side. Roll up, hands touch overhead. Third eye into your heart. Close your eyes here. Take a deep inhale. Loud sigh. And then find mountain pose. Right, so that your arms are at your sides. Palms are open towards the front of the mat. Fingertips are reaching down towards the mat. Pick your shoulders up and roll them down your back. Close your eyes. Hear the Ujjayi breathing flowing deeply in and out of your nose. Feel your body just soften here. If it feels better to keep a slight space between your feet, feel free, go ahead and do that. And then drop your chin into your chest. And then allow your head to fall to one side, just making a complete circle. Slow and gently stretching out, working out any tension, any tightness you may feel in your body. When you're ready, go ahead, do the other side. Go ahead, make 2 complete circles each direction. And then when you're ready, just start to stand really tall, open your eyes. Find one spot to rest your gaze, right, towards your shti. Pick your toes up, feel the 4 corners of your feet, root down, and then drop the toes. Bring your hands to your hips, cores engaged, and then lift that right knee, the height of your hip. The left hand is going to grab the right knee as the right arm reaches back. If you're feeling flexible and you want to grab the foot, you could go ahead and do that. But it's not necessary, right? We're practicing being gentle and kind to ourselves. Standing tall, pressing the right shoulder back, breathing here. Take one last deep inhale. Exhale, release, and give it a little shake. And we'll switch sides. So root down, roll the shoulders down your back. Drishti is set, cores engaged, hands to your hips. Lift the left knee. Your right hand is going to grab your left knee, and you're going to reach the arm back. Again, if it feels okay in your body, you could grab the foot and straighten the leg, but again, it's not necessary. Right? Sometimes less is more. breathing. Can you stand a little taller? Can you twist a little bit more? Take one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, release, shake it out. Excellent job. Reach the arms up over your head, hands touch. Pull it through, third eye into your heart, fold nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, just gently come on back. High push up. Now you pull your shoulders slightly forward and bend your elbows halfway, elbows in tight to your ribs, and then come on to the tops of your feet, lift your chest, look up, inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment, walk it out. And then drop to your knees. Come on down to your forearms, and in this session, we're going to interlace the fingers. And then you go ahead and straighten your legs, pressing the heels away from you. Now, if you'd like, you can drop your knees to the mat. It's not a big deal. Take time. Remember, we're being gentle. Straightening the legs, if that's where you're at today, pressing the heels away from you, pulling the shoulders forward. Your breath is calm and free here as I count for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lift your hips and walk your feet close to your face, as close as you can get. Bring your feet together to touch. Gaze is towards the mat. Maybe you could rise up to the balls of your feet for a beautiful dolphin pose. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Step back into your low plank. Pelvis is tucked. You got this. Yes, you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Dolphin again. Walk your feet as close as can be. Now, only if it feels good in your body, lift that right leg. Breathing. You got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop it. Lift the left leg. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Low plank. Last one. Last one. Breathing calmly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent job. Drop your hips, flatten your feet. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, nap time. One ear to the mat, arms long, palms turn up. Close your eyes. Another side. Deep inhale. Pick up a shoulder and roll it down your back. Pick up the opposite shoulder and roll that down your back. Flip your head, other ear to the mat. Just allow your muscles and your bones to grow heavy. And then gently turn your chin to face the mat. Turn the palms of your hands down to face the mat. And start to press your toenails into the mat. So your pinky toes pressing down. You can keep a space between your legs, or you could bring your toes together to touch. Whatever feels better in your body is right. Start to roll up, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Gently keep the chin tucked to protect your neck. The low back feels okay, you lift the legs. Maybe you go ahead and lift the arms, getting long from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. If you would like, you could interlace the fingers and reach the knuckles to the back room. But you decide. Keep breathing, keep lengthening. Take one more really deep inhale. Exhale, release everything down. Bend your knees and start to windshield wiper your legs side to side. And let the legs come long on the mat. Chin to the mat. Hands next to your shoulders. And slowly roll up. We're just going to roll up a little bit, cobra pose. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, gently press back, child's pose. If it feels good to keep the arms long in front of you, you can. If it feels good, you could wrap your arms around the outsides of your legs. Added shoulder stretch here. Opening through the back of the spine. And then slowly come on up to all fours and find a seat in the center of your mat. Sitting up tall, feet are parallel, toes point straight ahead. Arms are long in front of you. Gently, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, you unroll. And when you hit the mat, if there's something in your hair, please pull it out. So that you can get really comfortable. You can scooch around a little bit, setting up this mini shavasana. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose, fill your lungs, and hold your breath. Hold it. Big sigh out of your mouth. Allowing your body again to soften. Just imagine you're being held and supported by your mat. Keeping your eyes and lips closed. Inhale as I count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Hold your breath. Exhale through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do this a few more times on your own. stay connected to this calm breathing. Stay connected to this calm, quiet space you've just created. Gently open your eyes. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the mat, and then locate your block. Lifting your hips, place your block underneath your hips. And you determine which height feels best in your body today. Right? So it could be the flattest, it could be the medium, it could even be the highest. You decide. I'm going to choose the medium because it feels best in my body today. Your feet are parallel, right? So it's just a supported bridge pose, arms long to your sides. Let's sigh again, deep inhale. If it feels good in your body, you could go ahead and straighten your legs. See how that feels. And as always, if that doesn't feel right to you for any reason, you just bend your knees. No big deal, no right or wrong here. You could go ahead and close your eyes again. And just allow your body to soften. Noticing how you feel without any judgment, without any criticism. Just lovingly accept where we are right now. So if resting in this supported bridge pose feels wonderful, I invite you to stay right here. If you'd like to come into full bridge, you can lift your hips up, remove the block to the side, measure it off, longest finger touches the backs of the heels. You could keep your arms long or scooch your shoulders and interlace your fingers, pressing down into your feet and lifting the hips up, staying calm here. Staying connected to the Ujjayi breathing. And if you're on the block, continue to relax even deeper. And if you want to go back to the block at any time, feel free, go ahead. Press down into your feet, lift your hips high. If the hands are interlaced, release them. Starting at the very top of your spine, slowly, gently unroll until the hips land. Again, if you're on the block, just rest. Otherwise, press down into your feet. Slowly lift the hips, gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. You could measure it off, longest finger touches the backs of the heels. You could keep the arms long or scooch the shoulders and interlace the fingers. If you'd like to lift the heels this time, feel free. Keep breathing here. So we remain connected completely to the mindful Ujjayi breathing. Allowing the breath to keep us calm and soft, even when things get spicy, right? Even when things become a little challenging, we can stay connected and the breath will keep you calm. Press down to lift the hips higher, releasing the hands if they're interlaced, and very gently unrolling one vertebrae at a time. Hips and then heels land. Again, if you're on the block, just relax and enjoy. For our full bridge, press down into your feet, lift the hips and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you scooch the shoulders and interlace the fingers. Maybe you lift the heels.
If you're interested, you could go ahead and lift the right leg. If you're on the block and you want to lift the right leg, you could do that too. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the leg if it's lifted. If you want to lift the left leg, you can, or not. It's not a big deal. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop it. Press down and lift up. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release the hands if they're interlaced. And slowly, slowly, slowly unroll. All the way down, hips and then heels land. If you're on the block, gently remove it and set it aside. Widening your feet as wide as the mat and bringing your knees together to touch. Just noticing how this feels. If this feels awesome, stay. If you'd like, you could do a Supta Baddha Konasana, knees open wide, soles of your feet come together to touch. Placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Deep inhale and a loud sigh, inhaling through your nose. The more you relax, the more you soften, the more open you become. Keeping the mind focused on the Ujjayi breathing. You can continue counting the breath, inhaling and exhaling for 5. My mantra suggestion for this session is I embrace myself, loving kindness. With loving kindness, I accept myself just as I am. I embrace myself with loving, kind acceptance. I embrace myself with kind, loving acceptance. I embrace myself with kind, loving acceptance. You can gently open your eyes, bring your thighs together to touch and hug your knees into your chest. And you can rock side to side, make little circles with your knees, one direction and then the other. And then drop your feet to the mat. Lift your hips up and place your hands underneath your hips for support. And then lengthen your legs, press the heels up to the ceiling. So we're going to do that 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So your legs are long, your feet are flexed. And then you're going to just drop the legs 1/3 of the way down and you're calmly breathing here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop another third. Calm breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop your feet 2 inches off the mat. Pick up your head. Check out your beautiful feet. And then if you'd like, you can open your legs as wide as feels good and then bring them together. That's 1. Open and close 2. Remember to breathe. 3, 4, 5. Stay with it. Yes, you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift the legs, heels press up to the ceiling. And then we're Charlie Chaplin the feet, right? So the heels touch but the toes point out. Drop 1/3 of the way down. Keep your legs long. Keep the head down for now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop another third. Yes, you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 inches off the mat. Lift up your head. Here we go. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift it up. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Make little circles. Drop your feet to the mat. We're going to give ourselves a full body stretch. So reach your arms over your head. Point your toes. Get really long. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Just relax. Excellent. Bring your arms long at your sides. Bend your knees. Plant your feet on the mat. And go ahead and grab your block again. Place your block underneath your hips. One more time. So under your sacrum here. And then lift the legs up for a supported shoulder stand. You can position the block a little bit if you need to find a place that feels really comfortable. So the legs are effortlessly being lifted without any real work on your part. Returning to the Ujjayi breathing. If your mind is wandering, you could come back to that mantra. I embrace myself with kind, loving acceptance. I lovingly accept myself right where I am. So if this feels really good, stay. If you'd like to take it into a full shoulder stand, you can lift your hips up, place your hands at your hips. Maybe you scooch the elbows a little closer. If there's any pinching, tension, or tightness in your neck, come out of this immediately. If you're on the block, you continue to soften and relax. If you're in a full shoulder stand, you're pressing the heels towards the ceiling and you're pointing your toes towards your third eye. You're pressing your hips to your head and you're pressing your feet towards the back edge of your mat to straighten your legs even further. Again, if you're on the block, you soften and relax. If you're in full shoulder stand, go ahead and start to lower your legs over your head into a plat. If the toes don't quite touch the mat, that's fine. Keep your hands at the low back for support. If the toes do touch the mat, you can bring your arms long on your mat. If your block is there, you can just gently place the block off to the side. If the toes are on the mat, you could press the heels away from you to activate the legs even further. Again, any pain or pinching in the neck, come out of this. If you'd like, you could bend your knees for a deaf man. One knee next to one ear. You could give yourself a little back massage. You could wrap your arms around your legs. Again, these are all just options. Remember, less is more in this practice, right? Because we're being kind and gentle to ourselves. Everybody, bring your arms long on the mats. If you're on the block, continue to just rest there. Otherwise, we're going to slowly with as much control as you can use, one vertebrae at a time to unroll. Nice and gentle. And perhaps when your hips land, you can straighten your legs, press the heels towards the ceiling, and then engaging your core once more, slowly lower the legs all the way down. And when you land, a full body stretch. One more time, get long, deep inhale. Exhale, relax. Hug your knees into your chest, and you can rock side to side. You could make little circles. It should feel really nice on the low back. And then drop your feet to the mat. Locate your strap. And just keep your strap nearby. And we're going to come into a happy baby. So with happy baby, you're grabbing either the outsides or the insides of your feet. Your knees and your ankles are in one line. Your tailbone is pressing down into the mat. And this is actually an active posture. So you're really gently pressing your feet down towards the mat, right, with your hands. And your feet are pressing into your hands. So you're building a little bit of resistance here. Can you reconnect to the Ujjayi breathing? Can you hear your breath flowing freely in and out of your nose? Keeping a hold of the right foot, release the left leg, let it go long on the mat. Find your strap and wrap your strap around your right foot. The right hand grabs the strap, and you can gently start to straighten that right leg, taking the left arm out to the side, palm down. Right, so you're just gently pressing the heel up towards the ceiling. Calm breathing. And then when you're ready, really gently allow that right leg to come out to the right, to your own degree. So you're not pulling it, you're not forcing it. You're just allowing the weight of gravity to gently open up your body. You can turn your gaze to your left hand if that feels okay. Calm Ujjayi breathing. Every time you catch your mind wandering outside of your practice, gently, kindly bring it back. Bringing your focus onto your breath or repeating your mantra. When you're ready, gently bring that leg back to center and we switch hands. Left hand grabs the strap, right arm out to the right side, and you bring that leg across your body over to the left. Not pulling, not forcing, just gently allowing your body to open. Take a deep inhale and a sigh. Keeping the shoulders glued to the mat. Slowly come back to center. Bend the knee, remove the strap. Bring the left leg up, happy baby. Pause and full happy baby for one moment. Take a deep inhale. Release the right leg, allow it to come long on the mat. Position the strap around the left foot. Left hand grabs the left foot, right arm out to the side. And as you become ready, straighten that left leg, pressing the heel towards the ceiling. Not rushing through any of this. Stay calm, stay here in the body to experience each posture without rushing forward. And then when you're ready, go ahead, extend that leg out to the left. If it feels okay on your neck, turn your gaze to the right. Hearing the breathing, allowing the breath to soften you, allowing the breath to effortlessly take you deeper. Lifting that leg back up to center, you gently switch hands. Right hand grabs the strap, left arm comes out to the left, and you bring that left leg across your body over to the right, keeping your shoulders glued to the mat. Keep breathing here. You could close your eyes if that felt good. Slowly bringing your leg back to center. Bend the knee. Remove the strap. Full happy baby here. Both knees bent. Tailbone pressing down. You could sway side to side if you'd like. You could go ahead and straighten your legs for a straddle stretch if that felt okay. Again, swaying side to side. Keep breathing. And then gently hug your knees into your chest. Make those tiny circles with your knees one direction and then the other. Hug your knees in towards your chest. A moment of gratitude. Think of one thing that you're grateful for in this moment. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, find your Shavasana. So there's no rush getting comfortable here. Take your time. If you want to grab something to cover your eyes, you can. Arms are long at your sides. The palms of the hands face up to the ceiling. The toes gently fall out to the sides. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs all the way to the top and hold your breath. Hold it. Big sigh out of your mouth, let it go. Soften and relax. Once again, feel your body being held and supported by your mat. Bring your awareness to your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches and your heels, and all those tiny bones in your feet. Feel them relax. Your ankles relax. Your shins and your calves sink. Your knees are relaxed. Your thighs and your thigh bones melt into the mat. Feel your hips, glutes, pelvis, all of your internal organs sink. Feel your entire spinal column, one vertebrae at a time, just slowly sink into the mat. All the way up your spine. Your shoulders and your angel bones relax. ribs and your lungs relax. Your heart quietly beats in your chest. All of the muscles in your back melt. Biceps, triceps, elbows, forearms, wrists. All 10 fingers, those tiny bones in your hands. Even your fingernails relax. Your neck is relaxed. Your chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, lips relax. Ears, cheeks, and nose relax. Eyes, eyeballs, eyelids, eyebrows relax. Forehead, scalp, and brain. Your entire body is relaxed. You're welcome to stay right as you are in Shavasana for the next few moments, longer if you'd like.
loving acceptance you so deeply hunger for can never reach you until you've learned to give that gift to yourself. You are entitled to love yourself exactly as you are right now. You are always doing the best you can in this moment. If you could do better, you would do better. Practice being as gentle with yourself as you would be with anyone else you truly cared about. Embrace yourself with kind, loving acceptance. Lovingly embrace who and where you are right now. And when you're ready, gently start to wake yourself by wiggling your fingers and your toes. You could reach your arms over your head and point your toes, stretching yourself out. You could hug your knees into your chest and roll over to the side. Whenever you're ready, just gently, slowly come on up to a seat. Bring your hands to your heart. And we end the session with one long Om. Take a deep inhale. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. The light and truth in me honors and sees the light and truth in you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time.